I'm processing the most triggering breakup I've had in 9 years.
And not to sound harsh, but like, lady, you posting this makes whoever broke up with you. This was a confirmation that's like, yeah, that was a good choice. That was a good choice to break up with you. I'm glad I broke up with you. Okay, so this video is insane. And anyone that is sane knows that this is insane behavior. And this video proves my point that, one, I think it's amazing that people are talking about mental health compared to how we did in the past and we're opening up. But now it proves, and people, when I say like people use it as a way, as an excuse, a way to over romanticize things, to get attention, this is what this video is for, is to get attention. And like, it's being romanticized, like her breakdown. And it's just like, it is not like okay, it's ridiculous that she filmed it. Like if someone were having that behavior in private and it's still not great, but it's something to work on, and like people have hard times and people have had different lives than I had, so maybe I don't understand something, but posting this behavior online and romanticizing, using it to get attention, it's like, holy hell, if you act like that and you think that's okay to post online, I can't imagine how bad you'd be in private with your partner. And it's like, I think the way mental health is talked about today, how it's just an excuse. I have anxiety. I had this happen. You have to deal with me. You have to deal with me like this. And you know what? Like, I have had my problems with text communication, and I still do, and everyone can always get better. And you know what? I had a thing for a long time where if someone didn't get back to me right away, I assumed they were dead. And and you know what? Sometimes it would just be like a girl ghosting me and not wanting to talk to me. And I'd be like, I need to know if you're okay. Look, and you know what? Yeah, I had a friend that the last time we talked, we were planning hanging out in a couple days, and then I just didn't hear from him. And then a couple days later, it was like a day or two after our last text together, I found out he died in a car crash. And like for a little bit, that made me like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? And you know what? Instead of telling every person this story and blaming my behavior just on that event and expecting people to deal with it, no, that's not fair to people in your life. I looked at myself and I learned, like, I need to cope with this. I need to learn how to not be like this because it's not fair to people in my life. And for one, it's going to get me in trouble because it makes me look like a lunatic. It makes, like, blowing up people's phones, and like, even if, like, even my understanding friends, like, even if they were understanding, like, oh, I get it, man, you're just like anxious, you're this, like, it's still an annoying thing to deal with, and it makes people want you in their life less and less. And yeah, like, I encourage like understanding people's problems and issues and being more empathetic, but at the same time, there's a point where it's like, you just can't expect your friends and family to deal with this shit. And you know what? Like, I think people taking hard looks at themselves and being able to talk about their mental disorders or problems with depression or anxiety is great, but with the goal of getting through it and becoming better in a way that suits your life and the people around you and is more helpful to everyone. Using it just as an excuse, and I am mortified about how I'm 29 and I find people, and like, just not just a certain generation or this or that, but people of all ages are just posting about, oh, I'm depressed, and it's become romanticized. It becomes, oh, I'm depressed because I'm smart. The reason why it's great to talk about mental health is so you can talk through it and get better, not so you can just drag on about it and use it as a way to get views and attention. And that's my rant. Like, I could go on forever, really. You know what? And I hope this person in this video is better. And like, you know what, another tidbit to end on is, yeah, like, honestly, if you ever have a problem in a relationship, wait till person. Half the time shit just blows over. If you get into, I've had people text me weird shit, and then a year later I see them, it's like, whatever, who cares, let's ignore it, or let's forget about it. Well, I get some people, and I was like this, you just need to fix stuff, and I've done it even recently, and I've done it less and less, and like, oh, we need to fix it, we need to fix it, we need to fix this, we need to fix it, and it doesn't make sense to be like that. And I get it, because I do that. And it just, the instant, and that's what I miss about the old days, is I did live before times of texting and getting a hold of people. It's like, sometimes you just let it go, and then you don't see someone for 2 weeks, and you almost forget about it. And it's instant connection all the time. And like, sometimes you gotta just let stuff breathe.